Hello friends, Neeraj Newsoft has again a new tutorial video of AutoCAD, that is chapter 4, drafting and shading. If you like this video, please don't forget to give me thumbs up and subscribe my channel. Here I have double clicked AutoCAD icon to open the AutoCAD application. Now I am selecting new template ACAD and then clicked on open button to open a new drawing template. In drafting shading there are tools with which we shape our drawing. First is snap. Snap on turns snap mode on or off. With the help of snap, we specify the spacing of x coordinate and y coordinate. Snap x spacing specifies the distance in the x direction, whereas snaps y spacing specifies the distance in y direction. To specify the distance, right click on the snap mode tool button present in the status bar to open the drafting shading dialog box and select the snap XY distance and then click on OK button. Here I have selected one as the X coordinate distance and one for the Y coordinate distance. You can see the cursor snaps at the distance 1 only. If you want to draw a line from 0.5 or something less than 1, it will not snap to that point. To change the value, again right click on the snap mode to open the drafting setting dialog box and type in snap x spacing 0.5 and in y 0.5, then click on OK button. Now you can see that the cursor snaps at 0.5 as well as its multiple. Now here I have drawn a rectangle. Next is grid display. Grid display turns the grid on or off. You can also turn grid mode on or off by clicking grid spacing control. The display grid, you right click on the grid to open the drafting shading and then specify the grid x spacing value and grid y spacing value, then click on OK button. Grid will be displayed on the drawing box. On the drawing you can see here lines are shown. To change the value, again right click on the grid snap tool to open the drafting shading and re-specify the grid x spacing and grid y spacing. It helps you in creating your drawing as the cursor snaps on the specified snap mode distance and grid. Ortho mode. Next, ortho mode is turned on. It constrains the cursor movement either to horizontal or vertical direction. If you want to draw a line between or at an angle, it will not allow you. It will constrain your cursor only at vertical or horizontal. You can see line has been aligned to the horizontal and again to vertical. I am specifying some vertical distance. Override key is the key that you can hold on to temporarily turn on or turn off one of the drawing aids that are set in the drafting shading dialog box. If you want to draw line at an angle, turn off the ortho mode button. Next is polar tracking. Polar tracking will guide the movement of your pointer along the specified angle. You can choose among many different increment angles. It will show a dotted green line at the specified angle and at its multiple. For example, here I have right clicked on the polars and then selected the angle. When I am drawing a line, a dotted green line shows at the specified angle. You can see at 30 degree here a green dotted line appears. Again a green dotted line will appear at 60 degree and 90 degree and so on. That is at the selected angle and its multiple. So it helps in drawing lines at a specified angle. You can change or select the value by clicking right clicking on the polar tracking button and opening the drafting setting dialog box. If the angle is not present, you can type the angle. For example, here I have typed 7 degree to make the polar setting angle at 7 degree. So we can draw. You will find that the cursor snaps at the angle, specified angle, and it makes easy to draw the lines or shapes. Next is object snap. Object snaps provide a way to specify precise locations on object whenever you are prompted for a point within a command. It shows a magnet, that is snap magnet, which snaps at the point like end point, midpoint, center, parallel, nearest, so on. There are many snap mode command options. To choose snap mode command, you can right click on the snap mode and then select the required or needed snap like endpoint, midpoint, center, node, quadrant. On the status bar, click down the arrow next to the object snap button and then click the object snap that you want to persist. If you turn off this snap mode, the magnet on the shape will not appear, which helps you to exactly draw the lines from the point you want to draw, like midpoint, end point, and there is no need for calculation where the midpoint of the line is to make a new line. If several running object snaps are turned on, more than one object snap may be available at the object. For example, if you draw a line from the center of a circle to another object, turn on snap mode, select the center mode, a snap mode magnet will be shown. Click on the center and then click on the required end point or midpoint wherever it is needed. Next is object snap tracking. Its function key is F11. Object snap tracking, also known as OTrack, work is OSnap and Polar to help align new points with existing location in your drawing. It helps you to track the point with a reference of the other point. You can see I have drawn a line from the end point of a rectangle, and from the bigger rectangle where the line meets, it shows a dotted line, that is a Polar tracking dotted line, to create a line with the reference with other object. Next is allow disallow UCS. Allow disallow UCS helps you or allows you to display the dynamic input user coordinate system. Dynamic input provides a command interface near the cursor in the drawing area. Dynamic tool tips provide an alternative to input your values at the drawing. Like here you can see 7.10. There is an input box where you can type the value directly at the drawing instead of command prompt. This is dynamic input. If you turn off, no dialog box of a dynamic input will appear at the drawing to input the value. Next is show hide line weight. Show hide line weight helps you to display the thickness of the line, or you can also change the thickness of the line. To change the thickness of line, right click on the line weight setting tool and line weight setting box will open. Select the thickness, then click on OK button, draw the line. You will find that the line will be drawn the thickness you have selected. Again, to change the thickness, right click, open, and select the another thickness value. For example, here I have selected 0.40 mm and the lines are drawn at the. To hide the thickness, again turn off the line weight thickness box, line weight thickness tool by clicking on it. Whenever a drafting setting tool is enabled, it will appear in blue, and when it is off, it will appear in gray. To toggle on or off, just click on any of the drafting setting tool. Next is quick properties. Quick properties helps or display the properties of the object. For example, to show or display the properties of an object, select the object by clicking on the object and then click on the quick properties box. You can see here I have selected circle and the properties of circles has been shown. Again, if you want to see the property of line, select the line and click on the quick properties tool at the drafting setting status bar. You can see the length of the line is 20 and the coordinate. It displays the coordinate, it displays the layer, color, etc. That is properties. Quick property, it displays quickly the color, layer, line type, length and coordinate, etc. This is all the tools present in drafting setting chapter. Here I am saving my drawing in CAD drawing folder with name drafting, then click on save button to save the dialog box. I hope that you all have understood the tools present in drafting setting, and in next chapter we will again learn another tutorial video. Thank you.